everything says I am outputting. Genuinely don't know. Oh, there's just a spectacular delay. I find very, very odd. I didn't set up such a long delay. Anyway, I am just going to get going. And we'll see where we get up to. Right, so there isn't that much of a delay.
Welcome to Hot Start Flight Support. How can we help you today?
Great. So, we'll take our trusty steed. I saw Charlie Lima Echo the other day. I didn't see it. It was but a streak in the sky going overhead. So 1930 is when we think the passengers should arrive. 3 crew, 6 passengers. We're going to need fuel, and that should be it.
Of course, Captain. I'll get that organized for you right away.
Thanks very much. Let's wander out then. Now, I have had a couple of issues with the beta not necessarily quite remembering save states. So APU battery connection is made. Already been finding panels open, that sort of thing. 32 hours on the APU, so the jet is nicely persistent. Looks fine to me here. I'm connected on VATSIM. Let's see if there's anybody about. There is not. Can at least take these chunks out. Until the door opens to stow these. Now I apologise if there's any microphone noise because I do have a fan running. It is relatively hot in the UK at the moment. So those are all done. We'll leave the nose shock in because the brakes are not pressurised. So the aeroplane could roll. That switch is indeed down. Don't know if you can just see that. If you are watching, do say hi. So what's good about this beta is that it has passenger mode, and passenger mode is free. Put the link in the description. And I've already tried it. It works spectacularly well. You simply put that. Now I did disconnect that last night, I'm pretty sure. You put the stream key, where you put the shared cockpit key in. It speaks to a server, exchanges your details with my details with no input, as long as you've got the ports open, but that's the only thing you should have to do on the user side if they're not already open. And then you connect directly to each other's computers, which is pretty cool. The performance is great. The internet connection here is not lightning fast. It's a sort of 70 broadband, a broadband of 70 down and about 18 up. It renders on your PC. You won't see charts unless you've got them. But it's a really, really, really good implementation. I can't see anything in chat, so if you have said something, I have had this issue before. I do apologise. So let's just check all those work. They do. Down here, lamp test light comes on. So circuit breakers, emergency equipment, documents, all of those things that we're going to check in reality. To the grown-up seat, allegedly. And I've put the shared cockpit key in there, so if you've got X-Plane, you can come along for the ride if you don't have Challenger, or you can come and sit up front if you do have a copy. So, hydraulic pumps up here, they are all off. nose steer. Now this is an important one down here for me to match my hardware. Yes, so I check that that's working. Landing gear lever is down, and so is my hardware. Flight spoiler, you see that only goes to half on the ground, but it operates. Flaps are up and matched with outside. ADG manual release down here is set, and we can go battery master. Everything comes on. Lots of dinging. And what I will do is transition those so you can see them.
Nose door.
As you can see, I've now got hardware master caution cancel, so that works well. So DC electrical page, you can see is there. DC electrics, we're looking for 22 volts minimum, which we have. Fire X and fire detection. These two tests. Left and right, squib 1 and 2, okay. AP squib 1 and 2, okay. Fire detection, we can box the CAS for this. It may help. Fail. Caution. 2, 3, 4, 5. And warning.
Jet pipe overheat.
Checked.
Jet pipe overheat.
So with those two checks done, check the nav lights on. I leave them on just like you would do in reality. We can start the APU. Power fuel on. APU ICAS gauge comes on. And we can start the APU. I'm just going to write down the time. It is 1954. I actually should get to my Zulu watch 58. So 1858 Zulu, and we've got 4070 fuel on board. Good, that's the APU gen caution, so let's have a look on the AC electrics. They are good. You can see that nothing's running, it's all there. So we can establish AC gen. There it is, everything's coming to life. So AC checked, DC checked, you can see everything's charging there, main battery is hardly being used. TRUs appear normal. Expect.
Flight compartment checklist. AC and DC electrics.
Checked.
Nav lights, logo light.
Nav lights on, logo lights not required.
Cockpit lights.
They are turned up as I like them, hardware's all working, and I'll just turn up those panels. Everything else here looks all good. I have to turn those down as it gets dark.
Lamp test.
So not only have I got the cockpit to check, I've got the hardware as well. So that all works. Everything right. Can't really see those. You would expect, I think, self-test at that point.
All right, Captain. Fuel truck is hooked up. Just let me know how much fuel you need. Or would you like to go tanks for...
So I've already looked at that. I just needed the density, which is 0.799. Doesn't vary a lot, but it can make a difference. 878 kilos is what I need. Divided by 0.799 equals 1099 litres. So we'll round that up a little bit more. 1120.
All right, I'm gonna go start up the pump.
Excellent. So, just go to the refuel panel here. Should just be the wing tanks, but we'll do the shut-off test on all of them, because of course you want to spot any defects. There's the shut-off test. And of course you can do that with two hands in reality, but I've only got a mouse. Doesn't matter, there'll be a little bit in the aux tank anyway. That will get used up. So, pumps are running. Aeroplane is being fueled. Lap test complete.
Duct monitor.
So, good that we've boxed the cast test. 5 duct.
Bleed air.
Duct test okay, and the audio.
Bleed air.
4 switch
duct.
lights. A and loop B checked.
FMS database status.
Now, I'm not going to press this here because what I have is, and I did set 2000 last night. Temperature compensation was on just because I was interested to see how much difference there was, and it was about 40 feet. So I was just playing around with that yesterday. So, index, status, and having this as a bit of hardware is awesome. Cycled.
FMS flight plan uplink. ATIS.
So, flight plan recall. We are 6184, you can put it in. That's just what you put in, I think, the FID number in SimBrief. Again, still seeing nothing in chat, so if you have said anything, I'm not ignoring you. ETIS, I do not believe there is anybody online. So what I will do is do weather. Request the terminal weather. So we're at Echo Golf November Hotel. Lima Foxtrot. And surprisingly, our alternate is Newcastle, which with the severe cav-OK weather we have, I'll have a look at the forecast in a minute, but maybe it was thunderstorms, something like that.
Anti-skid.
So, anti-skid is armed, goes to test, checked, brakes have to be off for that.
Nose door.
So the nose door is down, we will need to put it up. It's clear left,
Refueling is complete,
clear
Captain.
right.
Do you need anything else?
So we need £6,006, we've got 5,920, I'm just going to wait for a moment.
Hydraulic 3A pump.
Get the aeroplane secure before we do anything else. That number should keep going up. So pumps on.
Brake pressure.
Waiting for 3,000 psi, which we have.
Parking brake.
Set and indicated.
Nose door.
So let's look at the fuel before we do anything. 5,980. So minimum takeoff fuel today is 4,526. We have £220 for the APU, and there's an additional £1,035 to have £4,000 overhead. That's 32 minutes, so if there are any ATC delays we should be able to accommodate those. If not, we'll keep an eye on it. We have a 5-minute contingency, but our alternate fuel is 53 minutes to Newcastle, so if it was simply ATC delays we could commit that to Farnborough, especially as there are other airfields in the vicinity, so that's something to think about. So I'm happy we've now got more than our block fuel.
Okay, just one quick signature on here.
So
and I'll
we
be on my way.
received 1119.8. He didn't quite get it. 1.21. It's probably about the correct price per litre. Excuse me. 1350.68. I should have kept all of these and seen how much virtual fuel we've paid for.
Here's a copy for your records.
Great.
Have a nice day.
What a lovely chap. Let's wander outside and shut the door because that's the next check. So the brake is set so we can remove this chop. He's removing the hose. Maybe one day we'll get a block fig for that. If you haven't seen the block figs on Shed Cockpit, they're great. So that's all shut, all the pins are out because if they weren't you'd see them. Be able to close with the nose door pin in. So the last check down here, you can see nose door closed.
Hydraulic panel and pumps.
So what are we checking here? We move 3A, 3B, 2B, and they all indicate around about 3000 psi. No issues. Temperatures, quantities, sensible. Don't know if that warning is spurious, but it should trigger after some time.
Electric panel.
So Gen 1, Gen 2 off.
AC DC utility switch.
Can come on,
Start ignition panel.
all out.
Fuel panel.
Really easy check to breeze through. Checked.
APU LCV.
Selected and on.
10th stage isolation valve.
Selected open.
Packs.
So it says the cabin temperature is 26. It's probably about the same in the room that I'm in. So we can set that to chill. Set to the cabin.
Air conditioning panel.
Normal, normal. Ram air out, extinguished, guarded. The rest set as you like. Cabin control is on, so it can be controlled from the back.
Pressurization panel.
So ICAS differential is 0. Man out centered, man rate all the way anti-clockwise. Press cont is in. Manual, manual enunciated. Out. Fault light illuminates and all clear. Emergency depresses out, extinguished and guarded. And what do we think our weather is going to be? 1023. Let's see what that is. Arrival. 3022, which is about there. The elevation at Farnborough is 238, which is not what that was set to yesterday. 238 is, I guess, about there. So, altitude set, barrows set, sorry, altitude set, barrows set. Selector is aligned with the pit mark.
Lead air panel.
All out and off, and a lit valley.
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice panel switch.
You'd know if that was on, because it'd be illuminated, and it isn't.
Cal anti-ice switches.
So we pop those on, unbox the CAS, and there is no CAL anti-ice caution, so they come out.
Anti-ice panel.
Wing switches off, wing left to right heats are not illuminated, CAL anti-ice are out. Move to high and test. 1, 2, 3, 4, test OK on the window heats. Then we do the ice detection. And then the wing overheat check.
Wing overheat.
So wing overheat,
Wing
master
overheat.
warning, test
Wing
OK.
overheat.
Emergency lights.
So they are currently off and indicated. Pop them on, and then we would go outside and check them. That has an indication which is a status message, emergency lights on. Caution works. Armed, moving out,
Passenger signs.
on,
ELT.
armed,
Glare shield panel.
set. So I'm just going to set that for the moment.
Crew and passenger oxygen.
We have 1890 on the oxygen. We can check these. Check the mask on both sides.
DCU warning panel.
Out, extinguished and guarded.
CVR.
Tested.
Audio panels.
So I'm checking stall protection for the next check, and the audio panels are set. Right side, not that it matters for me, and left side.
SPS system.
So, stamp trim goes on. There we go trim all the way down. Still nothing seen in chat, so if you are there, do let me know. So 0 units all the way down, disconnect. And now what we're going to do, SPS test, stall fail, ignition A and B, install units, disconnect brings it back, G-switch brings it back, and then we do the same the other side, but there's no one here to do that and I can't do it, so test complete.
Integrated standby instrument.
It's this guy down here. I don't know what the QNH at Blackpool is, 1023 it says. So set and roughly sea level, so that makes sense.
Clock.
Flight's reset. Time seems accurate.
EFS, ICAS.
Checked. No flags, no cautions.
Main landing gear bay overheat.
Is down here, like to do the fail. Checked. And the overheat.
Gear bay overheat.
Done.
TOS warning switches.
Out extinguish guarded. We can lose the flight controls and we can see the test.
Glide slope. Pull up. Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear. Terrain, terrain, pull up.
The check's complete.
Pitch and roll disconnects.
Are both stowed.
Ground spoilers.
Auto.
Thrust reversers.
Emergency stows are both out, so that's what they look like in, and both armed.
Thrust levers.
Left full free and shut off. Right full free shut off.
Engine speed switches.
Here, both on.
Engine vibration check.
So it goes up to 3.5, stops, gives VIB. Checked.
Oral warning. Smoke detector.
Smoke toilet, smoke baggage bay, warning. We have.
Trims, Mach trim.
So, trims. Channel 1 and Mac trim. Gives us a stab to in-op. And we'll check the clacker in both directions on both sides. Have already checked it on the left, as you heard it earlier, but we'll just do it again to be sure. And on this side, as you can see, my pitch works depending on what seat I'm in. A little bit of genius. Disconnects on the right. And you have to hold these in for a second or two now. So stab trim, Mac trim, one in op. Test in both directions. And it works on my hardware, which activates the captain's side switch. I don't know if there's one you can do depending on the seat you're in. But in theory it doesn't matter. So, now we go stab trim. And I guess in reality you can push both buttons. And we have no caution, no status message for stab 1 or 2 in-op. Mac trim, caution goes out. And we'll set around 6. Pitch trim as required. I'm not going to test the other two, but they are centered.
Yacht dampers.
On.
Reversionary inhibit switches.
Out extinguished and normal 1.
IRS.
Can do that here. 1, 2, 3 in nav.
CPDLC.
There is no body to Contact London Centre doesn't cover me. So I might, well, let's log on anyway. So we are 756 November.
TCAS.
Again, we can do that one. TCAS and transponder, because flight ID needs to go in here. Test. Do say hi if you're watching. I haven't seen anything in chat.
Test OK.
ATIS and clearance.
So there is nobody to clear us. And ATIS, we don't have. What I am going to do is say intentions shows on Navigraph now. So you've got the actual METAR, so I don't have to look it up. 110 at 13. We'll double check it. 21 dew point 12 and 1023, which we have set. And ATIS, there's no real ATIS, there's no IVAO, no pilot edge, no VATSIM, but there is say intentions AI, which I don't know if it hoovers up some of the data and figures it out. So arriving and departing runways 10 and 13. We'll obviously need the longer of the two. 110 at 13, which makes sense. I don't know if it does anything smart like hours. Transition level 40, that is correct. Touchdown zone lights operating intermittently on north ramp. Not sure about that. Anyway. So we don't have that, but I can get the weather at least. Still can't see anything in chat, so if you are watching, do say hi. I really don't know why, even on the stream control, I can't see it. So let's go index terminal weather and have a look. So 1850 Zulu. 110 at 13, Cav OK, temperature 21, dew point 12, QNH 1023. So both those sources are picking up from the real world, which is useful. No clearance to be given. There is no SID for this, so we'll discuss what we're going to do in a moment. Bearing in mind we've only got 10 minutes before packs get here.
FMS flight plan, wind update, perf.
So let's have a look at that secondary flight plan. Let's confirm what we've got. So LF alternates NT origin runway 10. We are going route-wise flight level 180 and then 190 ESTRY. So actually, let's be realistic. That's going to be our first waypoint. I can't see it on here, but I would expect ESTRY's out here somewhere. Then we're going 190. So routing ESTRY, Wallasey, Lima 151 to KIDLI, November 859 to Compton, then Compton 1 Victor.
Hello, Captain. It's Jenny from Hot Start
We're not
Flight
ready,
Support.
and I just got a ping.
Your passengers have arrived. Shall I have them brought to the plane? Understood. Just call me when you're ready to receive them.
So I'm happy with
Anything
that
else?
route.
always a pleasure. Take care.
So I've just been told squawk mode Charlie. Let's have a look at fans. Message log. So we haven't had anything. 2000, no thing. Dun dun dun. So what were we looking at? We were looking at flight plan. So nothing else to check there. Happy with that. So we'll go ahead and activate that. So our cruise is flight level 190. We'll sort that out in a minute. So the check was flight plan, wind update, and perf. So index, group menu, flight plan, wind update, send. So perf, I'm going to do 91 for later. I know that's just the round number that we use. So we just had the weather, 21 degrees. Perf in it. So we said we had 6 passengers, 3 crew, so 7 will do. And that's probably going to give us about let's call it 250 pounds of cargo. Sensed fuel 5960, flight level 180. I'm going to set 190 right now, and the alternate cruise is 340. So just logically going through all of these fields left to right. The aeroplane will sort those out. Can I execute those mods? So final reserve fuel this evening is 893 30 minutes. Happy to leave it at 1000. 1945 should be our actual departure time. Taxi fuel should be a short taxi out, £100 would be more than enough. Download wind update, done.
Takeoff data.
So there we are, runway 10 at Blackpool. 110 at 13 makes sense. No, I can't obviously put that in. I need the slash. 1023, 21 degrees is the key thing. So 13 knot headwind, crosswind from the right. The runway here, 6131. Again, nothing seen in chat. So 6129 is what I've got, close enough. Runway 10, we're going to go right from the end, so round Alpha 3, so we're going to turn right out of here, along and down. We're going to get to 10 and we're going to have the full length available. So that gives us a takeoff weight of 35.1. 3362 is the factored length required on a 6131 or a 6129 from the chart runway. Even taking the most conservative of those two figures, we have ample runway available. So those V speeds 112, 121, 132 and 152 we're going to send through. And there is absolutely no SID here. So if I look, noise abatement it discusses, and if we go from runway 10, let's say, let's just have a look. So the MSA, the highest MSA is 3.5. So I've set 3.1. I'm going to set 3.5. We have a huge climb gradient, and if I do 3,500 for a level off, yes, that deselects. We've still got 10%. Those haven't changed. So set all within limits. Maximum takeoff weight would be 48.2, and that's the structural limit. Runway length would actually be longer than the aeroplane could take. So checked. So that was takeoff data, right?
Avionics and charts.
So PFD, MFD set as I'm happy with. The zoom's always a little bit in. So let's try something like that. So runway 10, what are we going to do to depart? Well, the NDB approach takes us out and does a left turn, so I think we're going to respect that. There's a restricted area out to the east, so realistically I think we want to do a left turn direct either back to the overhead or a left turn direct to estuary as soon as practicable. So looking at the distance on there, it's sort of a good 4 or 5 miles out to the east, so once we get to 1,000 feet we'll do a left hand turn. We'll do that manually in heading mode. So with that in mind, looking at the runway chart, it is 095, we are pointing 161, it would have been a little bit quicker. See, I can do that a lot quicker now, 095 set.
Flight instruments.
So push toga, we're not going to activate, we're not going to arm nav. And left side flight director has come on. The aeroplane is not quite level, but that's not the end of the world. It's indicating a sensible attitude. We are heading 161, which is approximately correct with the compass. Gross error check. So HSI 161, heading 095 is set. FMS for navigation, which we're not going to use initially. We're not going to use any conventional nav either. We're just going to climb as quick as possible. MSA's 3.5. V speeds V1, 115, 123, 134, 152 set. We can bug to 100 because there are no restrictions. Left side flight director, TOTO, out select 3.5. Sensible elevation 0 VSI 1023 and N191.0 N1TO indicated.
Departure briefing.
We just discussed. It's going to be straight ahead, 1,000 feet, left turn, go to estuary, or at least left turn, head west, and then sort ourselves out, and then head to estuary.
Emergency procedures.
Not going to happen today.
Pins, covers, chocks.
All removed, and I think we're good to get the packs at this point.
Cabin lights, water heaters, master seat.
Hot start flight support. Jenny speaking. How can we help? Understood. They'll be there in a couple of minutes. Anything else? Always a pleasure. Take care.
So, we're waiting on the packs. We've got charts. Still can't see anything in chat, so messages. It says 4 people. I really don't know why I can't see it. So that's me watching it. Let's have a look on the map for London Centre. London Centre do not cover me here, but we will probably be heading towards them, hence why I logged on earlier, and then London South will be handed over.
Flight compartment checklist complete. Engine start checklist next.
So like I say, nothing seen. If you are watching and you want to pop something in chat, I do bribe you and ask you to be a subscriber. But that's not the end of the world, just hit the button, join in. So with such a short taxi, we're not going to be late for this departure at 19:45, with an arrival at 20:35, 50-minute flight, because we're not going particularly high. 19:45, 20:35. So just filling in the nav log, which there's so much on it I probably won't use all of it. 7 minutes to top of climb at flight level 180. We're actually going to go straight up to 19, although we might end up needing 180 before we get to estuary, so that's not our final cruise, but we'll stop there. So just waiting on the packs.
Hello, Captain. Hope you are doing well today.
I am, thank you.
Great. There's nobody else coming along today. So as far as we're concerned, we're all good to go.
Great. So, there you go, look, distraction, there's room to close those. No block figs. If you joined, you could be a block fig in the back of my jet. And you only need a copy of X-Plane. The passenger version is free. So, pop that on so everyone knows where we are. I'm just going to very quickly grab my UTC flying watch, a trusty Casio. That just means I don't have to keep looking back and forth to try and figure out what time it is. Great watch for about £10. Keeps time accurate within a few seconds. A year, let alone a month. Anyway, let's get the engine started.
Engine start checklist. Doors. Closed. Parking brake and pressure. Checked and set. Fuel quantity and balance.
So 30-30, 2890, it's within limits, but I'm going to pop that on.
Beacon. On. Fuel boost pumps. On. Ignition. Armed. Engine 2 start.
So let's imagine there is somebody here to give us a hand. Clear to start, and we have transponder on, beacons on. Let's start engine number 2. Lights on, oil pressure, N2 rising. 20%, less than 120, M1's turning, fuel on, fuel flow increases, ITT's increasing, oil pressure is increasing.
Fuel system.
So, pump caution, left and right pump, right running, looking for left low. Which we have.
Engine 1 start.
So, request to start number 1. Clear to start engine number 1, starting engine number 1. So, oil pressure is rising, N2's increasing, 20%, less than 120, M1's turning fuel on, fuel flow is increasing, ITT is increasing, and oil pressure is increasing.
Engine start checklist.
6,
After
5,
start
give or
checklist,
take, is the stabilization criteria, and you can see number 1 is stabilizing. There it is.
After start checklist. Generator 1 and 2. On, checked AC and DC. Ignition.
So, AC checked, DC, green, no tie, checked.
Disarmed. Packs. On. 14th stage. Open. Cowl anti-ice. On, check 45 seconds. Flight controls.
So, full forward, full aft, full left, full right, full left rudder, full right rudder,
Ground spoilers.
What are we looking for here? We're looking for auto to disarm, no deployment. Armed, they deploy. Auto, they stow.
Flight spoilers.
All up. To half, flights go to half. Stowed, all stowed.
Cal anti-ice.
On.
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice. Test on. Fuel balance.
It is resolved. It's actually slightly higher on the right, but the APU should sort that out. It's within limits, which is £400. With £40. No. £60.
Trims.
1, 2, 3, set for takeoff.
No steer.
So chocks are out, crew are clear.
Armed. APR.
1. Indicated, test OK. Indicated, 2, test OK.
ADG unit.
Unit goes this way. Light comes on and goes off.
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice.
So we're just waiting for that. Whilst we do, still nothing seen in chat. On.
Cal anti-ice.
Out.
Off.
Extinguished.
Wing anti-ice. Norm. 14-stage isolation valve.
In and indicated. Out and indicated.
Wing anti-ice.
So wing anti-ice on yellow, sorry, left and right heats on yellow N2, and then
Check
we can check
off.
standby as well.
ATS. N1 TO. ATC TCAS. TARA. After start checklist complete. Taxi checklist next.
So, be on time.
Taxi checklist. Taxi lights. On. Wing and cowl anti-ice.
Required.
Brakes and steering.
So it's 1939, good vintage. We have 5770 on board. Blackpool traffic, fraction 756 November, Challenger 650 on the loop apron, taxiing, hold short, runway 10 via Alpha, Blackpool traffic. Clear left, clear right. Like 1940. Brakes work. Full rudders available, or tiller in both directions. It is mapped to my rudder pedals. So attitude still, ball left. No turn indicator. Everything increases. Check to the left as we go around the turn.
Reverse thrust.
Right, checked and stowed. Left, checked and stowed.
If taxiing the de-ice, pause checklist here until paper de-ice checklist is complete.
De-ice not required.
Flaps. 20. Altimeters. Set and cross-checked. Radar weather.
Not
On. Takeoff briefing.
modelled, so we'll just do terrain. Left seat takeoff. As we discuss the departure, you know, anything up to 80 knots will reject, and then above it only for a red light. So ball right, everything decreases. Attitude steady. Happy.
Taxi checklist complete. Before takeoff checklist next.
So I was in the process last night of just tweaking some of the markings around here. Coming up on the runway, so we might as well do our checks.
Before takeoff checklist. Passenger signs. Advised on. Anti-collision light. On. Probes. On.
Nothing
Windshield
seen,
heat.
nothing heard.
On. Wing on Cal
Blackwall
and
traffic,
TS.
fraction 756 November, lining up, taking off runway 10. Blackwall traffic, which is the second runway down here. Anti-ice not required.
13.
Continuous ignition. On. ATC TCAS. TARA. Supplemental ground wing anti-ice panel. Checked. CAS. Takeoff config OK.
Checked.
Landing, pulse, recog lights. On. Before takeoff checklist complete. After takeoff checklist next.
Approaching 10.
Oh dear. That doesn't look good, does it? With those lights poking through. I guess we'll just try and avoid those. Less than ideal. Like I say, needs a bit of work.
On runway 10.
And it's going to be 43 for departure. Checked.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up.
So safe height, safe speed, flaps up. Let's go autopilot on. Heading mode. Above 1,000 feet. Let's do a left turn. So that's away from the highest sector of the MSA. Come around to 270.
After takeoff checklist. Landing gear. Up. Flaps. 0. Thrust reversers. Off. Ignition. Off. Pressurization. Checked. PAX transition.
Checked, we'll go up to 180 initially.
Completed. N1. Climb set. APU generator. Off. APU. Shut down. Passenger signs.
Leave them on for the moment.
CAS.
Checked. Data link.
After takeoff checklist complete.
So 1023 set for the arrival. After takeoff checklist is done. There's nothing really stopping us from keeping going round. Don't want to go too far, and then we'll tidy up. Move on to nav. Now we can speed up. Something like that. Pitch will do. So ESTRY nav. So we're now in pitch just to keep things comfortable. Nice, uncontrolled departure. So, let's get a steer towards Wallasey, just to confirm where we are. Compton 11435. Have 2. Those are the only 2 nav aids that we're using today. You can see we've got Wallasey 20 miles out to the left. And as we come up to Estrie, we'll go final cruise flight level 90, checked, set. It is really good having hardware, having a CDU to punch in. Wholeheartedly recommend it. So, what do we see? Nothing in chat. Hey, Black Knight! Good to see you, my friend. Now, Black Knight, do you have X-Plane? If you do, come and jump in. Come and jump in the back. It's now 47 and we're overhead Estrie. I'll tell you what, I'll call it 48, just for rounding. Approaching 10, so we'll speed up to 300 and that will be our final cruise speed because watch the flight levels. Lights off, logos off, nothing else to do. Delta P looks sensible, cabin weight is sensible, it's currently 1000. So overhead Estrie with 5520, ample, we're about 200 pounds over predicted. So yeah, Black Knight, if you have X-Plane, come and jump in. Let's go vertical speed 3000 just to get the deck angle down a little bit. And what have we got on the data link? Oh, I didn't get that. VATSIM VDGS. Well, good thing I can get this over here. I don't like having to go to a separate thing. .im. Taxi time, flight plan activated. Nothing there really. No SID. I mean, it's nice, but whatever. So everything's running. What is that? Interesting. So, how are we doing speed? We've got thrust reserve. 3,000 feet to go at 3,000 feet per minute, so we can start to smooth this out a little bit. I guess they use it for their planning. Whatever, it's all cool. So, 18,000 feet. Oh, 4 knot crosswind should be easy, but I won't speak too soon. So we're overhead Wallasey at 5-1, 5 minutes early. With 5290, we've got 1,000 to go. Checked, set. 300 set. Headings matched. No idea where we're going to be speaking to anybody. Out capture, top of climb at 5.2. So we took off at 1943, 2 minutes early. And we appear to be 5 minutes early en route. It's pretty much a straight line all the way down to Compton. Anybody else that's there? Says we've got 5 viewers. Not fantastic, not great, not terrible. Please join. Please say hi. And jump in the back if you want to. You don't even need to own the aeroplane, which is pretty cool. So 3,000 below, we've got some traffic. Can I see them? Weather is looking really good in X-plane, nice and hazy. Some high level cloud. Stalking bit of high pressure. Let's look at the weather. Can you see it there? Might as well do this. All my bindings got changed. Start looking at the arrival. We can also see if there is anybody controlling. Oh, Nuki's online, that's unusual. So there are some no temps for change to minimum, which is a little bit of a pain. 1920 Zulu, automatic, and it's 080 at 12, 10 plus, no cloud detected, 21, 13, 0, 2, 3, so we've got that set and 0, 2, 3 set. What I didn't do was set that one to standard. Doesn't matter for the time being. No pirates, back to the nav. So what I will do is go to ETIS. See if anything gets broadcast. That quick means the answer is no. We'll keep it there in case we need it. So, obviously, we are, with this weather, going to be on 06. Slow the chart for the initial approach on 06. Go for the ILS 06. Now, what has changed with the minimum? Did I get a ping? 27105. Good evening, fraction 756 November, flight level 190, keypad.
Fraction 756 November,
0355. 0355, fraction 756 November.
Turning 62 Delta Lima, continue, press ahead.
Checked.
Right at 1453, report your passing altitude, I'm now flight level 6.
So keypad 57. So still 5 minutes early. 4990. Compton 1 Victor arrival when ready, descent flight level 110 at Dizit. Correction 756 November. Correction Digit. So Compton 1 Victor. So we've got 14 minutes to top of descent. That's all correct. So that gets us to VEXUB, and we are going to do the Compton 1 Victor into ILS06 for VEXUB. So, top of descent, 11 minutes. We've cleared to 110, so let's set that. And we'll turn VNAV on. Excuse me. So initial approach for 06. 06 is selected. Runway 06. 5%. They go up to 518 as an OCH. So I'm going to set 520. Sure we will have a 5% gradient, so let's do our landing performance. So 70, yes, correct, I would expect that. So it's 00. 06. And it looks like we've got here 33. So 123 plus 5 is 128. Cars crosswind 4 knots. Send. And our approach climb gradient is 13%, and the missed approach is 5 required. No nav aids required apart from the ILS. It's 11155 061. 2.5 is the platform altitude. Minimum set. And the missed approach is straight ahead to 3000. Climb to 3000, straight ahead to 1300, turn right, track 241, and then as directed, max 185. So we'll keep the flaps out, clean up, and do 180. I might not be able to get in to tell him that we have started our descent. But we are checked and ready for it.
Descent checklist. Shoulder harness.
I'm going to be sat in my seat.
Passenger signs.
Oh, we hadn't even let the packs out, my bad. Which is pretty smooth, so we'll let them rummage about until we get closer.
Pressurization.
Elevation about 250, checked, set.
Fuel quantity and balance.
Even both sides.
FMS, landing data, charts.
So one thing I didn't check was performance. So we have 6256. Actually have 8,000 foot runway but a displaced threshold. And on 06, beyond the threshold, 6234. And we have 6256, good enough because our factored length is 4,000 feet, so 2/3 of it factored, don't forget.
Approach briefing.
Discussed.
VNAV transition flight level.
Checked.
Descent checklist complete. In range checklist next.
Easy peasy. There we go, let's let the airplane do its thing. Path is armed.
London, Shuttle Mike. Shuttle Mike, go ahead. So there is no APC in Manchester, and I don't know if it's one runway operation or two.
23 is the highest.
ATC is your choice for this time, and I hope you don't think terrified by it. So we will take 056 left. Thank you for your help. No worries.
So that's 25 mile ring, highest MSA is out to the west 23. Unicom 122.8, thanks for the service, have a great night, fraction 756 November, bye. Oh, well, London South, I thought was online. Maybe they've just gone offline, or are going offline. Sorry if you can hear sirens in the background, I've got the window open. Trying to blast some cold air in. So Jersey's online, Heathrow's online. Yep, shouldn't be too bad with the crosswind. Is there that much of a delay on the stream? I didn't think I had the delay set that badly, or at least that long. What do I see if I set it to live? So I'm live, and if I make it big enough I can see it. Passing 14,000. No, timing should be good. Maybe it's just me being dense. Anyway, let's have a wee zoom in, see what we can see of this arrival. KIDLI, Digger, flight level 110, that's where he wanted us. Compton, which we are heading directly towards. Frame rate still pretty good, and I haven't updated to X-Plane Beta. Don't have Ortho anymore though. There's a fair bit of traffic. We're coming in here, so we're going to come round and we're going to do that as an arrival. Nice little loop to keep us all in the airspace and keep us clear of everyone. If everyone sticks to their arrivals, it should just about work. Approaching 11. And our next restriction is Dixib, there's a speed restriction, and Compton is 250, which we're slowing to. So I'm going to set 10, just let the aeroplane figure it out. Lock will be tuned, checked. It's just the message that was flashing, if you can see that on the PFD. Here we are, overhead Digger. So now I'm going to set 5. There's 10,000. VPath seems to be having some fun. Get the landing lights on slightly early. Pulse to start with. Turn these down a little bit as soon as they're getting oppressive. So we can turn these guys down. Oh, actually, that is mapped to that, isn't it? So if I turn that down, that works. This won't affect what you guys see, but it will sort of cockpit lighting out. I don't recall leaving these on bright. Spend more time faffing about with this. There's 10, we've met the restriction. .060, yeah. Is that the weather just changed? I can request it again, easy enough. 900 feet per minute. So 061, that looks about right for the ghost pointers. Overhead Compton, flight level 90. There's the River Thames, wandering off into London. I think this is the M4 down here. Should be a castle out here somewhere. So 1950, yes, it had changed. Still automatic, 080 at 12. Still 10 plus, no cloud. It's now 20 degrees and 13 with 1023. So that will make negligible difference. But we will set it. I'll take what we'll do. I'll set the target now. I'll do the in-range checklist because we've got. Is that right? 21? It can't be 21 minutes. Something must go slightly wrong with that calculation there. Anyway, let's change the approach to, what did I say, 20 degrees? These speeds deleted, yes. Negligible difference, no change in the speeds. Still 33, that could be wrong. I tell you what, let's go with the speed we've got now. We're not 33.9, are we? Alright, well we'll go with 125. Still got ample distance, and we'll call it 130. Just because I can't believe we've got 70 miles and 20 minutes to do. I think this arrival is balking that calculation. I mean, that's 10, 20, 30, 40. I think there just might be a little bit of error around there. Farnborough traffic fraction 756 November overhead Gobnu. Inbound initial approach runway 06 for an ILS DME, runway 06 for Farnborough traffic. London centre, yeah, south went offline, which is a shame. It would have been good to have them help steer us in. The mouse pointer doesn't disappear. Cleric, got it. Mouse pointer used to disappear when you left it. It doesn't anymore. And I don't know if anyone's bug reported that. That looks like Farnborough over there. So this will be the M3. Farnborough off to the south. Blackbush is out to the north of the M3. I've been to Blackbush. Looks about right. It's good with the light stanchions. I did a bit of work on Farnborough because it was a little bit of a mess. I haven't finished it yet. Many places I go to and I say I will fix them up, and I do not get around to fixing them up because they require quite a lot of work. So there we are. Past transition.
In range checklist. APU. Started. Altimeters. Reset, cross-checked. Avionics.
So, PFD, MFD, happy with for the ILS.
External lights. On. N1 target.
Already done there.
Set.
Just waiting for the APU transition. So approaching 5 at Dixib and 210, which we are flying. Happy with that. 185 at Vexib, and then we're dragging the aeroplane round. I need flap out for that. And I think it's a bit of a dirty dive. So with the airspace around here, you you really want to be flying this approach, otherwise you're out in the Badlands. It's relatively busy. So here is Odium, so it keeps you roughly clear of that, although not spectacularly. So we're going round all over the top, all around the houses, and then in this way. So Odium is here, they only have an ILS this side. That's interesting. Blackbush is over here, so it keeps you clear of that, I think, or at least over the top of it, because some of that is in Farnborough's airspace. And Lasham is here, and you get some quite big jets there, but that's glider country, so it's all quite busy here. Popham is here, lovely little grass airfield. So, busy. Farnborough traffic fraction 756 November overhead Dixib at 5,000 feet inbound.
APU PAX transition.
Runway 06. Farnborough traffic. So down to 3. That's going to be a dirty dive.
Avail completed. APU generator. On.
BFLC.
CAS.
So we need to be at Vex up at 3. CAS checked and clear.
In range checklist complete. Before landing checklist next.
So if I VS that to 1600, that should smooth things out a little. Be no vertical speed. That'll catch us up. And actually 15 should get us back on path. Then we are going to drag the aeroplane around from Vexub at 3000, dropping down to 2.5 after about a 10-mile leg. And we'll be going over the top of Lasham, or at least around just to the right of it. 3 VPath checked. Ooh, that jumped pretty quick. Didn't it? That went from 210 all the way back. So hopefully whoever this is out here is doing the right thing, going into Welcome. 4 above, yeah, they should be there at 7. Speed message, do we have an issue? Okay, we're going to bust the speed, but not too fast. Checklists are complete before landing next, so
Before landing checklist.
call that just so
Landing
I don't
gear
forget to
lever.
do it. Heading for Heathrow. Thanks, TCAS buddy. So, as I say, if everyone sticks to what they're meant to do. So this is Vexub, and then we are taking Ockham outbound. Set 2.5. But you see the direct. Yeah, I'm not convinced. I don't think it's quite 40 miles. I think these turns, it underestimates, or sorry, overestimates. There's a lot of traffic on the ground at Heathrow there, isn't it? So is this going to give us a 30-degree closing angle? We don't need to worry about path. Speed is fine, nose is a little high. Let's take flap. A little uncomfortable in the turn. And that's the seatbelt sign coming on. Still 100 feet direct. We don't need to do that. I'm happy at 3 for the time being. 15 miles away. That path is definitely a little bit messed up. So let's see if that jumps above once we intercept. There is a Blackbush, or is that Odium? Well, that looks like Odium. And I should know what Odium looks like. I have flown in there once. Disused runways, yeah. No, what we're talking about, that's Farnborough, idiot. That's where we're going, so we're coming around onto this runway. So, Odium is out there, in the murk. This is pretty representative. And somewhere at our 2 o'clock is Blackbush, is that it? Yeah, that's it there, next to the A3. That runway should be lit, I think. Look at that for a skyscape as well. Still 100 feet, so I think it's just got it wrong. Anyway, is anybody coming in here? Oh. My messes. Glide slope jittering about as we go past. Understandable. And the path dropping away very, very slowly. Traffic out to the right. What are we set to? 10 miles, 5 miles. $4,000. Yeah. Nothing to worry about. Following what looks like a railway line along here. Right down the centre, and then the M3 along here. The A3 out here. So there we go, now we're looking at a rate of descent of 200 feet a minute. We're going on vertical speed. Once that hits 300 direct, we'll do 300. Even that is going to go wrong. Let's maybe not do that. So 2.5 is at 6 miles from the runway. So CF06 is a platform at 2.5 and Foxtrot 06. So we can be above, so we'll stay at 3. It does say at 2.5. This is coded as above. So mandatory 3, doesn't say mandatory, so I guess we'll go with above 6. Sorry, above 2.5. Lovely sunset skyscape over here. Looking pretty realistic for times, etc. This looks like it takes you almost over. I think this is Basingstoke. Which makes sense. Popham's here, so Basingstoke here. Where is our left turn? Okay, let's anticipate something like that. With the settings on max, the autogen looks pretty good if you ask me. Don't you think? It can be a bit janky in some places. The cars are driving on the wrong side of the road, but hey, what can you do? You'd think that would be a really easy thing to get right. Farnborough traffic, fraction 756 November. Base turn, ILS runway 06, Farnborough traffic. So, we've done a 90-degree intercept, rather than what's charted as a continuous turn. Again, I think it's quite a wide turn, so you'd probably struggle to make that. Maybe it's just coded a bit interestingly. So really, with 061 you want a 091 intercept. sure what the aeroplane's going for.
Altimeter setting.
Fine, it's checked and set. So I'm just going to try and match the glide slope down to keep it smoothish. And we will be at 8 mile final. Direct 1000 we do not need.
2500.
Farnborough traffic fraction 756 November 8 mile final, runway 06, Farnborough traffic. So there we go, there's the path shot up. Intercept, actually alright. Come back to 180. There's top of descent. There's approach armed. Look capture, glide slope capture, relatively smoothly done. Guess we'll try something like that. So the mist was continuous to 3. A little bit of drift. Five miles, gear down 160.
Down indicating. No steer. Arm centered clear. Anti-skid. Armed tested. Passenger signs. On. Wing cowl anti-ice.
Not required.
Continuous ignition. On. Thrust reversers. Armed. Spoilers. Stowed auto. Flaps.
Just holding on the landing flap. So there's safety speed at 150. Heavy ref at 130. Checked. Set.
Set. CAS.
1000.
Checked.
Before landing checklist complete. After landing checklist next.
Nice and dusky. The scenery's looking pretty good. Frame rate in the high 30s, even with everything running.
Approaching.
The nose
0,
definitely
6.
drops.
500.
As you can see there. And we're a little bit low. Correcting. A little bit off centre line.
Approaching minimums.
That's still a little bit low. Just getting that picture right. The displacement on this
Minimums.
threshold. Continue. Slightly low. And correcting. Ample runway below us. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
1,500 meters remaining. 1,200 remaining.
So there's no rush to get on the brakes here. The runway's got ample overrun.
600 remaining.
I think. Or can I go to the end? This could be embarrassing if we have to
300
backtrack.
remaining.
And no. I think we can taxi off the end here. Oh no, we can't. That does not look available. Interesting. And with that distraction, I forgot to stow the reversers. So I think that should be available at the end there, but there's those stanchions in the way. Maybe a bit of taxiway that we need to work on.
On runway 24.
Farmer traffic fraction 756 November, backtracking 06. And we'll just do a right up here and then go to the north apron. That was embarrassing.
After landing checklist. Landing pulse recog lights. Off. Anti-collision lights.
So he's holding on those just until
Off.
we're clear of the runway.
Continuous ignition. Off. Windshield heat. Off. Probes. Off. Wing anti-ice. Off. Cowl anti-ice.
Not required.
Spoilers. Stow. Flaps. 0. ATC TCAS. Alt on. Radar mode. Standby. After landing checklist complete. Engine shutdown checklist next.
So we'll head up here to the terminal. We'll see. It felt okay. Wasn't by all means perfect. As you can see, there's a load of new hangars here. They could probably be bigger. Let's park up here. There is a very large terminal here in reality, and this doesn't quite do it justice. So need to make that. Nice little blast screen. So, entering harbour, brakes work. Yes, we can bring the airplane to a stop. Got ample ambient light, so we can turn the lights off. I think this building needs to be a little bit grander. I may have overshot that a little bit. No car required in reality, but with the hot start treatment you get a taxi straight away.
Engine shutdown checklist. Taxi lights. Off. Parking brake.
Hot start flight
Set.
support.
Reverse
Jenny
thrust.
speaking.
Stow.
How can we help?
Generators 1 and 2.
Understood. We'll have that ready for you. Anything else?
Engine 2 shut down.
Always a pleasure. Take care.
Fuel boost pumps. Off. Fuel
So,
system.
left running, we're looking for right low pressure. Thanks very much, Black Knight. I'll tell you if it was any good in a minute. Right low pressure checked.
Engine 1 shut down.
And the engines are off at
Check ITC
2036.
below 350 degrees Celsius.
350 checked.
Anti-ice. Off. 14th stage. Off. Beacon. Off. No steer. Off. ATC TCAS. Standby 0. Parking brake if chalked.
Did he give me a thumbs up? Wasn't paying attention. Gonna hope he did. Brakes off.
Passenger signs. off. Cabin differential 0 psi. Engine shutdown checklist complete. Securing checklist next.
So let's get these guys out. So in reality, this is a big curved magnificent building, which
Our ride is here. Thank you, Captain. Always such a pleasure flying with you.
you're
Have
welcome.
a nice rest of your day.
And as you can see, taxi just rolls up and rolls off. So, might as well tidy the aeroplane up. Imagine that it's going into a hangar after this, so it will get towed by somebody else and then brought out when we need it. They didn't even touch their snacks, look. Full compliment over there. So what we can do is we can go through, now they're off, we can go through the secure checklist.
Secure and checklist. Emergency lights. AC DC utility switch.
And we need 3 minutes on that.
Headsets. Thrust reversers. Chocks. Parking brake.
Is off.
Hydraulic pumps.
Turn those off in a minute. So let's go out and do that. So we can cover these up. Repin for it to go into the hangar. Cover that access port. What a lovely dusk arrival. Lovely.
Nose door. Nose door.
So, hydraulic pumps can go off.
Nav lights, logo light.
Logo can come off, nav can stay on.
APU generator.
So we haven't quite had 3 minutes yet. It's just to let all the computers sort themselves out. So flight times, it was a 48 minute en route, as you can see down here. All a little bit bright. Let's turn some of this down, eh? Do the same here with the hardware, turn the display down, works in reality. Same with this guy. And turn some of these brightness down. Just to make it a little bit more bearable. So, 1943 we were on at 2031. Not sure what time we were on stand. 1793 fuel used. I wrote down what time I turned the engine off somewhere, which was 2036. So I guess 2035. So that's a 55-minute block. Yeah, that was quicker than I thought. A new scenery which has the building. Yes. Is that a free one? Because I don't like paying. I like the default assets. They're not perfect, but I think they're a lot better than the other flight sim. So we've had more than 3 minutes. We can turn the AC DC utilities off. Sorry, the APU gen. So APU gen, APU start stop, packs, LCV 10th stage, APU power fuel, and we'll just wait for that to go. Has not disappeared yet. Just waiting. While we do that, cockpit refuel panel, we have got 3830 on board. So that can go off. All the service lights, they're on the hot bus, so they would be on. We don't have to worry about those. APU ICAS gauge is gone, so the battery can come off, and that is us done, apart from the engine oil check, which I only topped them up last flight, so they're not going to need doing. Yes, you should check after every flight. It's been less than an hour. And I don't think random maintenance gotchas are on the list of things that can happen. But I might have spoken too soon. APU is 33. Only 1 hour of APU use? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Maybe it was 1.1 and it wasn't quite 32 on the last one. So we have no rear bay simulated yet, so the APU battery connection is done by the menu. Look at that for a spectacular model of a jet. I tell you what, back in the Flight Sim 2000 days, you would kill for all of these individual lights. You only got runway lights back in the day. A frame rate in the 30s, 40s with all this scenery around. It's not perfect, but that jet looks like, I'm sure if you were in VR, you'd feel like you were there. So that is the aeroplane secured, looking resplendent. Oh, traffic. Does that do it worldwide, or does it do it just for the left-handed countries? Because that would be nice. Oh look, the moon's out. Is the moon out in reality? It's not quite the same, but I'm seeing it from the window. The moon's almost full. Yeah, it's not far off. I think that might be my new cover photo. I don't know. No, I need to hide the. I think I have this set to Control D. Yes, I did. How's that for a screenshot? Maybe I need to move a little bit further back for. Oh no, because then the light's in the way. How's that? There? Magnifico. I mean, it's not the end of the world, it's just annoying. Yeah, again, it should be something easy to fix. Never mind. So there is the aeroplane put to bed. Thanks very much for joining. Good to see you, Black Knight. You definitely have X-Plane. So next time, jump in the back. Be great to see you. That's me done, friends. So thanks very much for watching as always. Back to the FBO. Have a coffee if you're still on shift or whatever. And I'll see you all again soon. And maybe we'll get some block figs to come join us. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much. Bye for now. I look forward to seeing you again soon.